What if your clients could explore Tahiti or the Mediterranean? Not on a cruise ship, but a private yacht. On this episode of the Compass Conversations, I'm speaking with Janet Bava, Chief Commercial Officer of Windstar Cruises. We're talking about what makes Windstar so unforgettable and how travel advisors like you can turn that magic into bookings. Let's get into it. Janet Bava, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
I am absolutely amazing. So excited to have a chance to speak with you, and even more excited that we are here at Sea Trade.
Yes.
Right? The biggest cruise conference of the year.
Yes, I love Sea Trade. I really look forward to this, not only because I get to catch up with friends like you, but I get to learn about what all the cruise brands are doing around the world and just really, talking to our destination experts on the ground and creating and curating amazing itineraries for our guests. So yes, it's an amazing conference, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We get a chance to find out all what's new.
Yes, lots is new.
But Janet, as you know, our audience is travel advisors, right? They are the travel advisors. And I want to ask you, Windstar Cruises, what percentage of your bookings are travel advisors?
Denella, I love that question, and I just want to say to our travel advisor friends, thank you so much for your loyal support. As you know, we have over 50% of our business comes from the travel advisor community, but what has transpired in the last 18 months is that we've seen a 15% growth in business from the travel advisor community. So that is seeping up nearly to 60% at this time.
Wow.
We are so grateful for your support, not only bringing your clients on board, but your clients keep coming back to Windstar. They love Windstar. We're traveling around the world. We have ships around the world. And so we love that. We love when our travel advisors trust us. We deliver a great experience for their clients. And then that repeat business just becomes easier and easier each time.
So tell me, why do you love Windstar? Can you count the ways?
Yes, we can. How long do I have again for this response? Because I can go on and on and on and on about this brand. I've been, this is not my first rodeo when it comes to cruising. I consider myself a cruise lifer. I love cruising. That concept of, unpacking once and seeing multiple destinations is phenomenal. And what we're seeing is this growth, phenomenal growth of small ship cruising. And so what I love about Windstar is that it's been around for 40 years. So they are masters in operating small ships. But what I love also is the fact that we are growing and expanding. And so as a small ship operator, I believe that we have a place in this world where we get to introduce people that are maybe, reluctant to cruise because they see these massive ships, and what they think about cruising is the fact that these massive ships. And so they do try Windstar and they realize, wow, this is an amazing experience. And you said the word yacht.
Yes.
It's expensive to maintain a yacht, to own a boat. And it's also, you need to have a pretty massive boat if you want to explore the world, right? And so we get to give you that experience of a private yacht with a community of wonderful people. I think the people of Windstar, both the crew and the guests who sail with us, it's a fun-loving, adventurous group. And I think, we're not pretentious. It's very casual, easy. And, I love the fact that as a growing fleet, we have the legacy of what has been, but we have so much to look forward to in the future. And so I think I'm definitely at the right place at the right time. And I love that as small ship cruising becomes more popular, also those mass market cruise guests are maturing. And, their kids are growing older and they're now in their 40s and 50s like I am. And they're saying, you know what, my kids now would enjoy an experience. They still love to cruise and travel the world, but they don't need the entertainment. They don't need the rock climbing walls or the slides and all of that flash that exists in the mass market cruise brands, but they really want to, explore the world with the family. And so I think that's where Windstar it becomes a perfect opportunity for our travel advisors to present to their clients.
So Janet, you and I have worked for some of the big cruise lines. I came from Carnival Corp as well as Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yes.
You started your career with Royal Caribbean.
Yes, yes.
And look, I have a confession. I have fallen in love with small ship cruising, with yacht cruising.
Yes.
Look, you gave us an opportunity to film not only your winter Mediterranean, but also the Tahiti, the South Pacific. I was blown away.
I mean, there's no one that does Tahiti like Windstar. I can guarantee you that. And you talked about Royal Caribbean. It's an amazing product for families. There's a cruise for everyone, and that's an amazing product. But Windstar has both the sail ships and they have the motor yachts. And they've been sailing in Tahiti for over 37 years. And what people don't realize is that Tahiti is actually an 8-hour nonstop direct flight from Los Angeles. It is so close. And what people do is they go to the Caribbean, especially, with Royal Caribbean or brands that you've worked for, and, they've seen the islands, they love the warm weather destination, especially during the winter months, but they feel like, okay, I want to explore something else.
Yes.
Enter Tahiti. Yeah. Enter the French Polynesia, the Society Islands. We have now the option of selling your clients both a motor yacht and a sail ship, as we're bringing back the sail ship to Tahiti. And so this is a remote destination, but it's actually not that far away. It's definitely not as far as the Seychelles, which is very, very popular. And so, when you take at the core of Windstar, and I'll continue to talk about the differences, the food, we're the official cruise line of the James Beard Foundation. We all like to travel the world and experience the culinary cuisines that the regions have to offer, but also be able to have options when we come on board. We all have dietary restrictions. And so you get, the comforts that you expect when you travel in these remote destinations, and you have destination expertise so that your clients, once they're there, they're seeing the best that these regions of the world have to offer.
Now let's talk about some of your signature experiences.
Yes.
For example, when we were in Tahiti and we went over to the private island.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience.
So we call those destination discovery events, and they are included in the price fare, because one of the things that I feel for travel advisors is a great selling point when it comes to cruise overall is the value.
Yes.
Hotels are getting very expensive. There's something about traveling and having to transfer from hotel to hotel, or grab a train or grab a flight. And so what we like to do is, once our guests come on board, we want to show them as much as we can of the destination. So Bora Bora, the people of French Polynesian are just spectacular. And they have this, they call French Polynesia what Hawaii was 40 years ago. It's very pristine.
Untouched.
Yes, untouched. And so it's not very developed. It's developed just enough, right? And so we have a private island experience where we bring all of our guests from the ship and have a beautiful dinner, a spectacular fire show. And this family that actually performs for us has been working with Windstar for years, for 37 years. So now you have their children, their grandchildren doing the performance.
Little boy fire dancer, he was absolutely amazing.
So that's like the grandson of one of the original fire dancers. And so it's really beautiful, because it's not just, going exploring a destination, but it's also connecting with the locals, connecting with our crew who is just there to ensure that you're having a fabulous time, and connecting with the people that are traveling along with you and making friendships that usually last a lifetime, which I think is absolutely beautiful.
Definitely. And Janet, I have to tell you, when we were in Tahiti, we went over to Raiatea.
Yes.
And we had a chance to go on the shore excursion where you have a chance to go and snorkel for pearls. So you actually go under, you're snorkeling and you find your oyster, and you come back and they open it up, and to see a beautiful pearl inside, right? And they actually weigh it, rate it, grade it, and I came home and made jewelry with it.
Yes. You cannot go to Tahiti and not purchase a beautiful Tahitian pearl and jewelry. I mean, that's one of the most beautiful things of Tahiti. And corals. I actually went coral planting. I planted corals in Tahiti because we also, sustainability is a big, big conversation we're all having here at Sea Trade. And to us, we want to maintain these beautiful waters and these pristine destinations exactly how we found them for many years years to come. And so everything from the experiential side of, going snorkeling for a pearl, or going snorkeling to plant a coral, or going and searching for vanilla. I mean, vanilla, talk about the vanilla. So just really exploring what this nature, Mother Nature has provided us these beautiful, beautiful gifts, and to be able to go and explore it. I think these are, you come back with cherished memories that will last a lifetime, but also you just come back enriched.
You do.
From learning about, these cultures that have been around for such a long time, and where do we source beautiful pearls and vanilla and, these beautiful things that you can, or the Mai Tai. The Mai Tai was invented in this region of the world. So it's really a great, unique destination.
So for our travel advisors, just tell me, what's the length of your Tahiti itineraries?
So Windstar overall is known for 7-night itineraries, but one of the things that has become very, very popular are not only our 10 and 11 nights, because now with the Star Breeze, we take your clients up to the Marquesa Islands, which are remote. So we go beyond the Society Islands, Bora Bora and Moorea and Raiatea. So we go beyond that to the remote destination of the Marquesas, but we also have this thing called Star Collectors, and you can find that all over the world. So we have Starlink, so your clients get to stay connected. For your working clients, once they do travel to Tahiti, they may want to stay longer. So we have Star Collectors that allow you to connect 7-night itineraries into 14 nights, 21 nights, and stay a little bit longer and see more of the regions of the world. And that exists in the French Polynesia. You can do that in the Caribbean. In Europe, you talked about the Winter Med, and I would love to talk about that, because Europe is always a good idea, but when you're traveling off season, it becomes a really great value to offer your clients.
So let's go ahead. Let's talk about that Winter Med.
Yes.
Let me say, I was blown away.
Yes.
And, because we always think about visiting the Med during the warmer times of year.
Right.
But it was so fantastic to sail with you guys in the winter months. I mean, like going into Rome, we went over to the Vatican. Oh my God, the lines were not as long. I mean, and you didn't have to worry about being in the hot sun, and because Europe, not everywhere you go has AC.
Exactly.
Right? So being there during the winter months was amazing.
Yes.
What made you guys decide to go this route?
So I will tell you, you talked about me working for amazing brands. I spent some time at AMA and in AMA Waterways River Cruise Company, and I can tell you that your clients that you're selling river to, you can't be, you should be selling small ship cruising with Windstar, and vice versa, right? Because the difference between river and ocean are the destinations, right? There's just some certain places you can go through the rivers, and there's certain places you can go through the oceans. And by the way, our ocean ships actually go up some rivers. But what made us decide is that we know how popular river cruising is, especially through the Christmas markets. And we know river cruising is starting earlier than ever before. And so instead of doing a transatlantic to the Caribbean and putting another ship in the Caribbean, which is pretty crowded in the winter months, we said, with Europe being a very popular destination and the Mediterranean waters and area and regions of the world being in the 60s and 50s and sunny, it's nice. They don't call it the French Riviera for nothing, right? And it's year-round, beautiful blue skies. That's why we're in Cannes for ILTM in December, because it's beautiful, this region of the world. Why take the ships to the Caribbean when we can explore when there's not the crowds? And so what I recommend for all of you listening in that are, considering Europe, I would say, let's do a cruise and do water, as much water as possible. So we have the marinas where your guests can enjoy the Mediterranean blue waters during the summer months, right? Because we do a lot of the marina during the summer months. And we go to places like Santorini, we're one of the first to arrive, one of the last to leave, to help your guests avoid the crowds. So the beautiful thing about small ship cruising, it's guests come on board because they don't want the crowds. So you can go during the peak summer months, and we will ensure that your guests have the best experience. But then fast forward, we remain with our Star Legend during the winter months, and we get to go to iconic cities like what you mentioned, Rome, Venice, Barcelona. When you don't have the crowds, you have a beautiful coat on, and you can walk around, and you don't have to wait in line. You can go and see the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. You can go, and see the Uffizi in Florence, right, and see the Statue of David. These iconic destinations, it's too hot. Don't go in the summer to Rome unless you're boarding a ship, right, and heading out to the water. if you're in Rome, you want to go during the fall, spring, and winter months. And so as travel experts who we are, and as you are, your clients are going to you for expertise on when they should go and what experiences to do, we have curated that perfectly well so that we can assure you no matter any time of the year you go to Europe with Windstar Cruises, you're going to have a phenomenal time and spectacular shore excursions you can offer your clients.
Yes, I mean, one of your shore excursions, we even went shopping at the market with the chef to pick out the fresh fish, the fresh vegetables, the whole nine.
Yes, and then that evening, then you're having the soup that you just went out to the market, or you're having the beautiful prosciutto that he's picked out, and you're having that with figs, or whatever is in season at that time. And it does. I mean, I love to eat. And I think we all want to experience a destination and not feel like a tourist.
Yes.
And so you want to learn about what are the wines, that the foods, what's in season. And so that experiential piece of the equation, I think our travel partners, your clients will definitely enjoy.
Yeah, and travel advisors, let me remind you, watch the episode of Traveling with Denella on Windstar Winter Med and Windstar Tahiti, because there is no better way to easily learn, be entertained on how to sell these destinations. It is already there for you in film. You just watch it, share it with your clients if you like, and you're ready to go.
Yes.
All right.
Watch and share. I always say that. We have a podcast as well that we've just launched, and it's a great inspiration. Today we turn on the news and there's just so much, sometimes negativity. And so the best way to inspire people to travel right now is to send them content like your travel show. Get on YouTube and really share that and say, the world is not what's on TV right now, right? That's just, that's not reality. And I think it's a perfect time to right now to sell travel. I know we have amazing offers out there for your clients to take advantage of. And this is the perfect time to book that vacation for this year.
All right. And what about, you're talking about booking for next year?
Yes.
Let's talk about what's new that they can book for next year. Is there something called, is it Star Seeker?
Yes, we are seeking for the stars. We are so excited. It's been 30 years since Windstar has launched a new ship. We have invested in our sailing vessels that we've just talked about, and they're gleaming like new coming out of dry dock. But we are so excited to welcome the Star Seeker. We're going to receive delivery of her in December this year in 2025, and she will then head over to Miami by January next year, do a short season in the Caribbean before she heads off to Alaska and Asia, Japan and Southeast Asia.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be fabulous.
Yes.
And she's open for sale. Those itineraries
she
are
is open for sale, and I would say hurry, run, do not walk.
Yes.
I was talking to you about, we're just, open up every day, and we continue to see bookings, travel advisors taking out groups, selling it, promoting it, and I mean, it is selling like hotcakes. Talk about an easy sell. It's not something that you have to push too hard to get your clients to book, Alaska, Japan, and Southeast Asia, or even the Caribbean on a brand new ship with Windstar.
Exactly.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. And your, you referred to it as, I want to say, the collector
Yes, the Star Collector. And
yes.
You can actually do a Star Collector. Imagine being in the summer months in Alaska and doing that last sailing in Alaska and going from, Alaska to Japan on a Star Collector cruise. It's 21 days. I would say, I think we have 6.
Can we film that? Can
yes,
we do that?
Yes. Well, we have. I don't know if it's going to be available actually, because there's
it's selling out.
There's 67 suites available. So I would say again, run, do not walk, because it's such a popular itinerary. But yes, we're excited about that, and we're excited to, you can even do from Caribbean, Panama Canal to the Pacific, and that's a whole Star Collector. I think for clients, sometimes we just want to disconnect, and so there's a lot of sea days there, but you get a lot of content as well. And I think for some of us, writing a book or just working and just wanting to disconnect and just really doing some self-reflection, I think, with the value of what a transoceanic cruise is and all those sea days, you get great value for your
commission,
clients. Yes,
right? It's a great opportunity to double or upgrade your commission, right?
And thank you for that, because, we have Star Collectors. We also have land packages, cruise tours, pre and post that we offer commission on. And what we find with our travel advisors is, the amount of time, we're trying to make it as easy as possible, because time is money. Your time is money.
Yes.
And so we're trying to make it as easy as possible so you can transact with us, market that cruise, your clients can make that decision, and you can, obtain that check and then move on to the next client, because that's what I feel, having been working with travel advisors for a very long time, I always say focus. Select a few brands that you like to sell and focus on those and promote them and become really good at understanding the policies, what they offer, their itineraries, and you're going to see how your commission grows.
Yes.
Focus on groups. Group business is doing very, very well for us. We have Star Group programs, Star Group Advantage, where with only 7 bookings, they earn a TC.
Okay.
That is 4 cabins. That is 4 staterooms, right? And so we know families today, they're traveling in packs.
Yes.
So imagine just, 4 bookings from a family member, you can earn a TC. You can accompany your group to ensure they're being taken care of, or you can just take that as a commission or give it back to them. So there's just so many opportunities to work with Windstar and ensure that you can grow your business.
Love it. So,
Yes.
what is your personal favorite thing to do that you really don't want to tell anybody else, because you want to keep this special space or experience when you're with Windstar really for you, because you don't want it to get overcrowded, but it's that special. What is that when you're on board with Windstar?
Yeah, so Denella, for our travel advisor friends and for you, I don't know how to keep a secret. So I love talking about the best kept secrets at Windstar. And I would say when you're sailing on the Star class ships, we have this beautiful spa. And most spas, when you attend the spa, in order for you to use their facilities, the sauna, the steam room, the thermal beds, you need to have some kind of a package, either a facial or a massage, something that you spend money on to use these facilities. What I love with Windstar is you don't have to spend money at the spa to take advantage of the facility itself. So what I love to do is, after a long day, go to the sauna,
Yes.
go to the steam room, hit the pool, and then go back, just lay in the thermal bed, read a book, and enjoy the beautiful, serene spa. That is my favorite spot on the ship.
I didn't even know about this.
There you go.
That's a real insider tip.
Yes, and the value of that, right? I think today, day and age, when we're traveling, sometimes you feel like if you're getting nickeled and dimed. And I love the fact we have these all-inclusive packages as well, where it includes gratuities, beverage package, and Wi-Fi. So when you add that to the cruise only, and you realize everything that's included in that cruise, and you have a 7-night winter Mediterranean cruise that's about $3,000 per person. You cannot beat that anywhere else. I mean, that sometimes is even cheaper than staying back home and going out to dinner and eating restaurants. I mean, so I just think it's an incredible value. So much that it's included in the price of that cruise. And so I think it's just really easy. And guess what? You're getting commission on that as well. So it's just really great for you to be able to sell these packages to your clients. They're going to be taken care of. You're going to get your commission, and they're going to keep coming back. And so, the hardest sell is that first time they come on Windstar. After that, I promise you that business will keep coming back.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you, I have fallen in love with Windstar.
Aw.
Janet Bava, it has been amazing. You are one of the cruise industry's leading ladies.
Oh,
it has been my privilege to continue to see your rise in this industry. And congratulations on working for and being a part of, and being a part of navigating the future of this amazing brand.
The future is bright, and I want to also congratulate you, because you are doing amazing things, and I think that's the beautiful thing about this industry. We're all rising together, and for our travel advisors listening in, we're here to support you. We're here to support your journey.
100%.
Yes, and I'm here and available. I'm on LinkedIn. Please connect with me. I'm on Facebook. I just want to hear from you. I want to hear how we can help you succeed.
And what is your social media? Where can they find you?
So I'm on LinkedIn. I think I'm super responsive there. I use Facebook a lot. We have our Yacht Club member group, and we have a travel advisor group on Facebook as well.
All right.
So you can find me there. And you know what? You can also, lots of travel advisors have my email address, so you know where to find me. I'm very accessible and very responsive.
Also, remember, don't forget to go on Vax. Take a look at the television shows that we filmed on Windstar for Tahiti, as well as the Winter Med. And hopefully, I look forward to going on board with Windstar again soon.
Absolutely.
So, hey, we're going to have a new show coming soon.
Yes, I love that.
Thanks for joining us for this inspiring conversation with Janet Bava of Windstar Cruises. If you're ready to offer your clients unforgettable yacht-style experiences, now's the time to dive into Windstar's world. Subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more ways to grow your travel business right here on The Compass Conversations.